Hi, I'm Jim, and I'm sitting in front of three fine examples of Rogers snare drums. These are three examples of Rogers wood snare drums. Every drummer has a holy grail of a snare drum which they want to own or they want to play. For me, it was the wood Rogers Dynasonic, which these two are examples of that drum. On my left is a Rogers Powertone in a black onyx finish. This drum dates from about 1965. In front of me is a Rogers Dynasonic in a black, solid black wrap. This drum dates from about 1967. And to my right, and this is probably the finest snare drum I own, this is a 1962 Rogers wood Dynasonic, a very early Dynasonic. It has what are known as bread and butter lugs. And what I'd like to do is show you some things about these drums today, if I may. What I'd like to do is pick up this Powertone, show it to you. You can see it's a pretty straightforward design. It has the snare is flush against the snare head. The maple shell, which in this case is sprayed gray, which indicates it was an earlier wood Powertone. And it's a great sounding snare drum in a very, very unusual finish, black onyx finish. As I said before, in front of me is a 1967 wood Dynasonic. You'll see immediately that it's a little bit different drum. It has this metal bridge across, and this whole mechanism was designed so that when you engage the snare wires, they would lead flush against the head so that you get increased sensitivity when you play. This is a maple shell which is varnished on the inside, which is also a very real characteristic of wood Dynasonics. In all cases, if you use different heads, you'll also affect the sound of the snare drum. But this is a fine example of a 67. And last but not least, the drum I'd like to show you is this beautiful girl. This is my Black Beauty. 1962, Rogers in a black wrap with bread and butter lugs, brass lugs. It has the same mechanism that this one in 67. This was the mechanism to increase sensitivity. It does not have the original head on the bottom or the original head on top. They came, I believe, with diplomat heads. These heads were ambassadors, and in this case, this is a CS batter. The diplomat was a light head, and it increased the sensitivity. You can put different heads on these drums, and it will change, of course, the feel and perhaps the sound a little bit. I've used ambassadors on these, and I like them a lot, but you can use diplomats. In any case, there's an example of a great drum built by American manufacturers in the early 1960s. And clearly, they don't make them like this anymore. This is my favorite wood Dynasonic. The sound is quite spectacular. What I'd like to do is play a little bit. You can hear, I think, the difference in the drums, although I tune drums pretty much, as you can tell, I tune drums to sound pretty much the same. Now, here's an example of a wood Powertone. Follow that up with this wood Dynasonic from 1967. And last but certainly not least, my favorite drum, this Dynasonic from 1962. I just love to play this drum. The sound is really quite spectacular. I wanted to show these to you and share my love for these drums with you. And please, if you want to see more examples of these drums, visit my website. Feel free to look around. I think you'll find that there's quite a lot to look at. And as a drummer or even a non-drummer, you'll be very, very pleased with what you see. Thank you.